So if you do shoot them, you're just going to shoot their code and break it, meaning you're then left with your assault rifle to damage to the player. What Peterball does here, knowing this is going to happen, is every single time he pumps places, he then takes out his assault rifle, replaces the code, switches to his pump, and then can actually deal big damage with it, rather than having to hit fire. The rest of this fight is also really interesting because he can repeat what we did earlier with the code, and it's like a way. If all the three boxes are above him, so Peterball goes right back onto the side and swings his pickaxe once on the wall, and then just pulls out his shotgun. Now remember, the structure damage of this is so high, and the wall is very low. So no matter what edit Leon makes, Peterball keeps his crosshair on the player, and he either shoots Leon or clears an edit is hiding behind it, and he just replaces the wall. This is just by swinging the pickaxe once and then staring at the other player. Karen swings up with that, and once your reaction times are faster, hey.
I just fought an invincible guy. I got invisible.
Visible? Oh yeah, they have load in. That happens every time you boot up the game. For a short period, everybody's like,
I'm with that.
everything has a load.
I used like 2 pills against him because I couldn't see him. I thought that was like a normal enemy. And he was just like using a whole bunch of red attacks on me. I couldn't like parry in the time.
You said invisible, like
I'm talking about like completely invisible. Like
usually they aren't supposed to be functioning or doing anything to you when you're invisible because
they attacked. They were attacking me during the next weeks.
Because you just went to the place, everybody, it's showing a bunch of red dots, but there was nobody in the area. And then
I went down and killed 2 people, and then there was like one invisible guy that was just randomly attacking me.
You locked onto him, right?
Was I locked onto him? No, I didn't. Like it instantly just like I just like instantly went into combat. And he started fighting me. I didn't know he was.
Looking for something?
That's interesting. I never heard of an invisible enemy being able to attack you without being seen there.
He just happened.
Usually they just load in, and while they're loading in, they can't do anything because the AI is not functioning yet.
He just completely. Wait, is that bullshit? I know. I feel like going.
As we dive into 5 stories of everyday folks who are better at in the silliest ways possible. We're talking windows.
Something like that for the drinking too much soda.
So what?
Something like that for drinking too much soda.
Just die from.
That's what this video is covering. Stupid ways people die.
I didn't even. Sometimes soda just gets boring. Even if you can drink 2 bottles to me, if you drink like 2 like cans of soda, it would just get boring in the 70s. That's good.
Yeah, it's like this person every day they would like drink up to like 3 entire Coca-Cola Light liter bottles, like this size.
16 liters?
Yeah. Every day. So actually, realistically, I do see somebody dying from that amount of intake. And they were doing that.
Actually,
but I haven't gotten to that part until
with the prize everyone wanted back then, a Nintendo Wii. Yep, the hottest gaming console of the era, worth around $250. The name of the contest? Hold your Wii for a Wii. And yes, it's just as ridiculous as it sounds. But hey, you gotta admire the straightforwardness. Here's the deal. Contestants had to drink as much water as possible without going to the bathroom. If you've ever been stuck on a long road trip with no rest stops, you know the struggle these people were about to face. But on paper, it seemed harmless enough until it wasn't. Enter Jennifer Strange, a devoted wife, loving mom of 3, and someone just trying to win a fun gaming system for her family. What could possibly go wrong, right? The contest kicked off at 6:15 a.m. with 18 eager participants. Each handed an 8-ounce bottle of water to chug every 15 minutes. At first, it seemed like a breeze. These were small half-pint bottles, after all. But after just 90 minutes and 5 bottles in, the first contestant, James Ibarra, tapped out, his bladder waving the white flag. And that's when things started getting weird. A nurse.
Yeah, all of it.
I would have made.
More informed than the show's hosts called.
They don't offer you.
I know, but you can bring some.
I don't know if it's against you. Yeah, you're right. It didn't say anything about it being part of it. Like, you know, the more things you put in your stomach, not only will it make you want to pee, like already bad as it is, but just eating the shit is even worse. For you. So that's why I don't really see it being logical. Why?
Actually, I'm pretty sure the little kids have the best chance. Like 5.
The little fat
Like
kids,
7 to 8. No, because like.
not little skinny kids.
No, like,
they can't hold in that much water. Fat kids, I can see it because their body can have more storage.
Yeah, they can like hold in the water.
Well, basically, just fat people in general. But, like,
to warn them about the dangers of water intoxication, a real and potentially deadly condition where drinking too much water dilutes vital electrolytes, causing severe health issues. You'd think this would be a huge red flag, but nope, the hosts laughed it off. One even joked, "Is anyone dying in there?" Another quipped, "They signed releases, so we're not responsible." Yikes. Meanwhile, the contestants were kept in a separate room, oblivious to the nurse's warning. Jennifer, determined to win that lead for her kids, kept going even as the pain set in. She complained about severe discomfort and splitting headaches, but the hosts were still joking around, showing a shocking lack of understanding. When one DJ asked if water poisoning was even a thing, another replied, "Not with water. Your body's 98% water. Why can't you take in as much as you want?" A third host even joked, "Maybe we should have researched this first." You think? As the contest dragged on, the water bottles got bigger and the stakes higher. Jennifer pushed through nearly 2 gallons of water in just over 3 hours. Despite being in visible distress, she powered on, wanting to bring that lead home for her 2 sons and daughter. When she finally bowed out, she was the second to last contestant standing, earning, wait for it, tickets to a Justin Timberlake concert. Not quite the prize she was aiming for, but things went from bad to catastrophic. Jennifer's stomach was painfully swollen, and she complained of excruciating headaches. Hoping some rest would help, she skipped work and went straight to bed. What she didn't know was that her body was already in crisis. Excessive water intake had diluted her blood sodium levels, causing water to flood into her cells. While most tissues can handle a little swelling, the brain, not so much. Encased in a rigid skull, her swelling brain had nowhere to go, leading to severe damage. Later that day, Jennifer called her workplace, crying and describing unbearable pain. Just 5 hours after the contest ended, her mother found her lifeless body at home. It's hard to imagine a more heartbreaking end to what.
yeah, those little silver bar things, yeah, they reward so little of those, and they're extremely hard to like accumulate compared to like the other coins.
I'll just keep it as it is.
Please, come again.
You only really want to spend them when either like one, it's a year that you want, a gear set you're looking for, gifts you're looking to buy somebody so you can build a bond for somebody. They need those special currencies for that too. Or if you just want to get an outfit that you haven't unlocked yet for your wardrobe to put on back at the end.
Supposed to be a light-hearted event. The fallout was swift. The morning rave hosts, known on air as Trish, Maney, and Lucas, were fired the very next day. KDND canceled the show and terminated 10 employees in total. Jennifer's family sued the station, and on October 29, 2009, a California jury awarded them $16.5 million in damages. The station was held fully accountable for the reckless stunt that cost Jennifer her life. We've all got our guilty pleasures, chocolate, Netflix binges, maybe a little too much coffee.
You can sign a paper that they're not responsible for if any contestant dies or falls under like any severe disability from this, and it still can get sued and lose money.
Yeah, exactly. They signed the contract. They should still get the blame for it. They could tap out any moment they want. So it's like if they felt pain, they should have just.
it's just, but still, it's like, so they hand you a paper saying they're not responsible for it and that you can't sue them. The person dies in this competition. Family attempts to sue them anyways,
real charmer.
and then they
Well,
win
whatever.
because the paper means
As long
nothing.
as I
at the
get
end of the day.
paid,
So it
I don't
overruled
care
that
who you are.
what the mother
So,
signed.
I just saw a group of samurai.
Well, the mother's
Look
not
at
here
little
anymore, so
man.
it's basically
She
just the
goes
husband
to
and then what's up to her
Let's figure
family
what you
who
are
sued
about.
them, and then they actually
Most
won.
likely, they'll be taking turns.
So they still
to
lost money
guard
regardless.
till
They
morning.
thought they were saved by
I
the
recommend
paper,
you strike
but
at dawn.
the judge overruled what was signed by the mother since she's not here anymore.
Once you
And now they had to fork over a bunch of money along with what they already had to reward her before she passed away. So she got her family a Wii console at the cost of her life, and her family sued them for a ton of money,
I'm ready for action.
That's not so good.
regardless of what the contract said.
What in
So I'm
the-
like, dang, that's a win-win for like the family.
I mean, except for the mom.
I mean, nah, that's a win for the family, but I have to say this too. Man. How is it also not a win for her?
He said, "Believe."
Yeah, I should have said just
But for Natasha Harris, a 30-year-old mother of 8 from Invercargill, New Zealand, her guilty pleasure turned into a deadly obsession. Her love for Coca-Cola wasn't your typical, I need a soda with my... Saved her.
It doesn't matter if you have.
Love for Coca-Cola wasn't your typical, I need a soda with my burger kind of thing. We're talking 2 gallons of Coke every single day. From the moment she woke up to the moment she went to bed, she was never far from a glass at the busy stop. And it wasn't just a craving, it was a full-blown addiction. Without her usual supply, Natasha would experience withdrawal symptoms like shaking, irritability, and restlessness. But because there were no warning labels on the bottles, her family never thought this everyday beverage could be dangerous, even as her health started to fall apart.
I'm gonna send this to
Why she's just on a lot, or just for like physics?
Oh, she loves soda.
Oh, man.
She drinks lots of soda.
If you don't know, oh. How durable is it? 2 birds. That's what she is. Wait a minute, what was that? Oh,
About 6 months